from the earth or from the surface actually allow the surface to sag, slight shake will cause the building to collapse. So these are some of the do's and don'ts you should remember. And before I say thank you to you, I like to tell you that unlike many other natural hazards, earthquake does not kill people. People are killed by their own structures. Okay, unlike the thunderstorms, which is coming now, or other things, tsunamis. It doesn't kill people. Nature didn't know that it will make skyscraper. So these are some of the awareness, but in the very end I should say that don't live in fear. We have to live with the nature. We have to be prepared for that. And what is more important, that we should take life with a smiling face. Thank you. You have a question probably? Oh well, sound theoretically yes, but its contribution is very little. What? This sound velocity, the only thing is sound through air and sound through rocks are different. The sound through rock is faster than sound through air because this is compressional waves. So, denser the media, velocity of but if you take per second, it's much more than that. Much more than that. Because once you wait. Please, he is asking some question. If I don't answer, then he would think that I am just running without answering. I may not answer him, but I should try to address the question. Please give me that opportunity. So your question is why water comes out from here. In fact, what happens, I showed that earthquake plates cracks. The water inside the earth actually are in high pressure. The moment you crack it, it is the property of the fluid always to move from high pressure to low pressure. So it just moves out to the lower pressure side. So that's why all the fountains and these things comes out during south.
Sir, why you cannot predict before it?
Yeah, because unfortunately this is a problem, not only the earthquake, because we really do not know the property of this energy very well. The way we do not know the properties or the behavior of heart, the way we do not know the properties and behavior of boiling water. After so many years of physics, we know that if we heat up water, at some point of time the bubble will come out. This will indicate a convection current, okay? But can anybody tell that from where the first bubble will come out? No. Because we still do not know the property of this energy. And that's why we need more research. Yeah, but you do not know which part of it will break. But you can tell the position which has the property to be broken fast. This is how we make the earthquake maps. That these are the regions which are vulnerable to earthquake. Yeah, it's very difficult to measure the pressure because we don't have any gauge to continuously monitor the pressure at that great depth. This is another technological problem. So all those machines can capture the energy, but they cannot tell you the build-up of it. So this is what people are trying to do. that they are trying to analyze the stress. So if we are successful in doing it, probably we can make some prediction about it. But I don't think that it can be done in the near 10-20 years, the way things are moving. Sir, do you have something to show the secret? Yes.
So you said that humans, they shouldn't draw more water, groundwater. What has it to do with the earthquake?
That's good. Suppose this is flat ground, there is a structure. If you take out water from here, this will sag. So already this is in a very peculiar condition. So slight shake will cause it to fall. But suppose this is like this, you need a bigger shock to tilt and eventually make it fall. So if the ground sags like this, and all these structures are already in an unstable position. Okay, so that's why if you draw out the water, because I mean the water was at great pressure. So you know water, the pressure it exerts is hydrostatic, which is equal in all possible direction. And if you know the Pascal's rule, that if you pressurize a fluid, body of fluid in a confined material, then it will exert the equal amount of fluid, the pressure in all possible directions. Okay? So basically what happens, this water is not flowing beneath. So they are stored in small pores and they behave like a ball surrounded by material. So they behave like a water in a balloon or a gas in a balloon. The moment you crack it, immediately what happens, the gravity will pull the upper part down, because so long it was resisting the gravity. So upper part, the weight of the upper part was lower. But the moment you draw it down, the gravity will pull it down because there is no force from this side. So that's why it causes the things to sink. The moment it sinks like this, all the structures are like this. So slight shake will cause it to come. Okay? Earthquake? Earthquake centers, I mean the research centers or earthquake shelters? Earthquake shelters, actually nothing called earthquake shelters. It's not like flood shelters. It's a good question. You must have heard the tsunami shelters, flood shelters, but have you heard earthquake shelters? Because you are not advised to move out. What's the need of having a shelter? Then we'll try to go there. Try to go there. So, no, this is dangerous. Don't try to go anywhere. Okay. A lot of questions. Yeah, no, I'm free. I'm just only thing I need to wait my stop. Okay. My email number is written here. I will be available with her. Please circulate so that if they have any questions, you just send it in. Please, sir.
In the time of earthquake, the land was brushed. In this place, the fire was arises up or not?
Which one?
The land was brushed.
Huh?
Then this place, the fire was arises or not?
No, fire, there is no question of fire coming out because the rock actually absorbs the heat energy and they get melted. Okay, just simply melt. The fire doesn't come out. I mean, there is no fire beneath. I really don't get, probably I didn't get your question. Wait. Please, sir.
The land was brushed in this time of earthquake. Then in this place the fire was arises or not?
Fire will not, you see, the rubbing of things may or may not generate fire. Oh, now I get it. Hey, just a moment. Just a moment. Here there is a very good question. I'm sorry. It was my ignorance. I couldn't follow your question. If you rub 2 pieces of wood, the fire will come out. But when you rub 2 pieces of iron, the fire will not come out, because in case of wood, the heat cannot dissipate very fast, because wood is a back conductor of heat. So all the energy is stored at a particular point that causes the fire to come out. But rocks are more conductive than wood. That's why if you rub 2 pieces of iron, it will never catch fire. It will catch fire only when 2 insulators are rubbed against each other. Okay? Woods are almost insulated, that's why you have a forest fire. But in this case, the rocks are better conductor in heat, so the moment the heat will be generated at some point, they will go inside. So the point of origin will always have lower temperature. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Is this what you wanted to know? What? Please.
During that,
Yeah, actually what happens, and I said that earthquake means you are making some fault. So faults can be made very easily in the zones where you have already some weakness. So all along that is what I showed in that movie, that beneath the Himalaya we have big fracture. So if you push it from south, that is what is happening. India is trying to move to the north. So actually what happens, that all these fractures are, I do not know how many of you, I hope none of you, but is there anybody who has broken hand? Or got his hands broken? Oh, great, lot of people. Okay, so you know the doctor must have told you that during the second fall, whatever may be the type of fall, you are likely to break your hand on the same place. So be very careful. The same thing happens during earthquake, because it's already, once you have broken your hand, you develop a fracture. The fracture may be hindered, but still it is not a continuous bone. So if you fall again, suppose I fell like this and broke my left hand. But next time I fell like this, but still I will break my left hand. Because I have already this bone weak. So that's why the rocks which already are weak, they will be the first people to consume the stress and will develop the fracture first.
how will it, sir, how far it will get?
Huh?
How far earthquake it will get?
How far means a depth wise or time wise? Time wise, I said that one earthquake takes for maximum 1 or 2 minutes. Maximum means 1 or 2 minutes, but that can be repeated after shock.
Sir, how I measure what is the age of rock?
Well, that's a different question. There are many ways, mostly through radioactive elements present in the rock, because you know that there is a decay constant. If you can measure the radioactive part and the daughter part, the ratio gives you the age. But that is something we are doing.
Human being, now we know that human beings are not blamed for the earthquake.
Human beings are not responsible for the earthquake, of course, but human beings are responsible for the disaster. Because you are not prepared, you are making big installation, that's why people are being killed. So you are not taking adequate measures because calamity is not in our hand. But you can take your protection. If you don't take your protection, then it will be done. You shoot me your question through my email.
I hope everyone has enjoyed the session. So there are a lot many of questions. It is a very good topic about tsunami, which you must have, sorry, earthquake. Actually, some question I got. That's why I was in a mood.
Tsunamis are earthquakes.
Yeah, tsunami.
Tsunamis are earthquakes. Earthquakes of the ocean. And the things we discuss, earthquakes on the land.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, this is for you. All of you can leave, but it's raining outside, so you go school-wise.